to access community support and assistance.
Question number 7, Eugenie Sage.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Conservation and asks, can he guarantee that any job cuts announced today will not impact on the Department of Conservation's ability to protect the conservation estate?
Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Yes, the changes are about a more efficient and outward-looking department. The positions being disestablished are 4th and 5th tier managers at regional and area offices. The department is maintaining all of its network of 99 field centres, and the number of rangers is also being maintained.
Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
How is this outward-looking focus and having volunteers as business take the place of DOC experts going to improve the chances of our 2,800 threatened species?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, with this restructuring, the department will have 1,730 staff, a budget of $330 million per year. But it's also true, even if you print money, there will not be enough to meet all of New Zealand's conservation challenges. And if we can partner with business and community groups to do more, then I'm all for it.
Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
Why is he confident that volunteers or corporate sponsorship can fill the gap created by the loss of 140 jobs when managing threatened species such as the Okarito brown kiwi, such as the New Zealand fairy tern, requires dedicated professional expertise?
Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
I can guarantee to the member that there will not be a single volunteer that is replacing the 4th and 5th tier managers who are predominantly doing paperwork in area and regional offices. Where I think volunteers play an incredibly important role in conservation is that over the last 20 years there's been a real growth all over the country in community groups becoming more active in conservation. That's to be welcomed, and the department needs to reorganise itself so it can engage and work with them more effectively.
Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
Isn't it, as Rachel Stewart puts it in the Taranaki Daily News, getting sponsorship from companies like Fonterra, like the Ministry of Health receiving sponsorship from a tobacco company in this brand new partnership model?
Order. Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, for the Green Party to make the analogy between New Zealand's biggest exporting company, Fonterra, and a tobacco company, frankly, I find offensive. And I also say to the Green Party that I welcome businesses, whether they be Air New Zealand, whether they be Fonterra, whether they be Dulux Paints or others, that are prepared to work with conservation to get good outcomes. What this has exposed is the Green Party is not a Green Party, it's just an anti-business party.
Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage. Order. Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
How can he be confident that DOC staff will be in touch with and understand the conservation work needed on the ground when this government has overseen the loss of 232 staff and another 140 today, and is now proposing to halve the number of regionally focused conservancies?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, in the 3 years that I was a Minister of Conservation back in the 1990s, we had a staff of 1,500. With this restructuring, we will still have 1,730 people within DOC. We will also have $100 million per year in real terms for conservation as compared with that. Now, it's true, Labor went on a massive spending spree in conservation last decade, as it did in every single area of the public sector. And if you want to rake up a whole lot of debt and have decades of deficits, that's a good way to do it. We're not there. We're about balancing budgets. We're about efficient government departments, and we can deliver for conservation with this reorganised department.
Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
By reducing the number of conservancies from 11 to 6, will he also be cutting the number of conservation boards from 13 to 6 and reducing the public's ability to have a say on the department's plans and priorities?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, following the decisions on the restructuring, it is my intention to review the number of conservation boards and to see how we can most effectively integrate that with the restructured department. I don't intend to initiate that process until the consultation with staff and the final decisions are made on this new structure.
Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
When funding cuts for conservation by this government have resulted in the loss of 232 jobs since 2009 and another 140 jobs today, aren't Department of Conservation staff now an endangered species?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr. Speaker, the members' figures are incorrect. The number of staff that the Department, let me give you the exact numbers. The number of staff that the Department of Conservation had in 2000 was 1,522. After prior to the global financial crisis, when the previous government expanded hugely, it peaked at 2,063. The numbers that we're having in our years, that's 2013, 14 into the future, is 1,731.
Question number 8, Dr Russell Norman.